What up, y'all? You know who it is, your boy Kiss. Right now, you checking out the three-point conversion.
Congratulations.
Thank you, Jeff.
Congratulations on the win tonight. For all intents and purposes, this was an interior battle that your team, let's face it, was not going to be favored in tonight, particularly with the late exit of Hahn. But from the first quarter onward, I believe they allowed only 3 offensive rebounds, one of which was in garbage time at the end. So what can you say about your team's interior efforts tonight?
I think we're resilient. We just showed that we're doing it as a team effort, but, it's holding each other accountable and doing the little things well. And we talked about that. Keep them out of transition. Let's keep them off the boards, and that will go a long way to getting the win tonight. So, really proud of them. Just really locked in, and we executed, pretty well and got the win. It's really hard to win on this home court.
Yeah, for sure. And the other thing Connecticut was doing tonight, they were really trying to trap Sabrina at the top of the key tonight, but she really worked her way around that to the tune of being a facilitator. The shots weren't what you wanted it to be, but she really worked as a facilitator tonight along with Maureen Johannes. So what do you think? How'd you think of the way that Sabrina responded to the trap tonight?
Yeah, look, I think when we moved the ball, we had great success. And I think that's once we see that, Sabrina and just want to win. Marine, they're getting a lot of attention, but with the quick ball movement, it really opened up for Steph Dolson. I thought she had a really great game, Tash, but to have 5 players in double figures, that certainly, helps us. And we always said, if we have to move this team around because they are physical, they blow it up a fair bit. And, we found a way, and we just simple. It's a simple game, isn't it? You move the ball. That's how the game should be played.
Yeah, for sure. And last one from me. You mentioned the resiliency, and I was hoping you could expand on that a little bit, because there were several points it felt like Connecticut could have taken over this game, but you guys withstood every single run. And that's with, again, 4 players who could well be in the starting 5 on the injury report. So what can you say about your team's resiliency tonight?
Yeah, a lot. And that's what we said. We have to grind out wins here. We have to bring that physical toughness. I mean, that's critical, but everyone, even the players coming off the bench, Lowe hasn't had many opportunities just to give us a little bit of a break and help us there. So I thought effective. I thought Mick was good. But, it's tough. We're down so many players, but we don't want to make excuses. We know that we have enough, and that's what we're focused on, and keep doing it and playing together.
Appreciate your time and insight. Safe travels home.
Thanks, Jeff.
Doug Feinberg.
Hey, Sandy, good to see you. Just talk about the shooting tonight. I think you guys were 12 or whatever from 3, which was obviously helpful to get you guys some good looks off of, I'm guessing, good ball movement, it looked like.
Yeah, you cut it at the start there, Doug, so I'm not sure what you had stock, but look, and we did that early in the game. We got going a fair bit, but once they started putting more pressure on Marine and Sub, the inside kind of opened up a little bit, so that was effective for us. But we shoot a lot of threes, or we want a lot of threes, but we still want the penetration to create.
Thanks, Sandy.
Thanks, Doug.
Jackie Powell.
Hey, Sandy, congrats on the win. So you all found a way to beat a tough team after falling in close games to 2 other tough teams in Chicago and the Storm. I'm curious as to what changed tonight in order for you all to be able to finish this one after going through the 2 where you couldn't quite get it.
What you said, because you're cutting out.
Oh gosh, I'm sorry.
No, I think it's here, to be quite honest, it's here. Look, we had opportunities to win those close games. And I said after the last 2, I said, we need to learn how to just playing it with a little bit of poise and taking right decisions and moving the ball. And I think that's critical for us. But it also, defensively, being able to lock it down, knowing when to switch and congestion. And that was our focus. So, it was, they made runs, but we kind of hung in there and we made runs too. So I was really proud of that. We keep growing as a team and growing in chemistry. But like I said, it helps when we've got great contributions and having 5 in double figures helps.
Right. You talk about that 5-player defense, but I'm really curious as to who really has been the glue of the defense and who has spearheaded how it has sort of gone from point A in May to point B.
It's Tash and Steph, to be quite honest.
Sure.
I think that their communication certainly helps. Their physicality, a lot of great post players in this league, a lot of great players, obviously everyone is. But I think just we've had more time to learn how to play with each other, what we want, when, who we helping off and congesting. I thought we did a great job, of not sending them to the foul line. We know when we wanted to congest and bring in a trap, and we want. But I thought for the most part, we made it, hard for them.
And the last one for me, and again, sorry, you can't hear, whatever. I'm curious as to what you thought stood out about Sammy Whitcomb and how she played, able to make a lot of shots, and also about Dee Dee Richards and her second.
Yeah, sorry, you cut out again, Ben. But look, I thought Sammy, she's getting better and better these last few games, just playing with a little bit more poise. And we just kind of, she loves to make that little pocket pass, but we're saying like in the second and third, we want her to shoot, but especially when her feet are set. But I thought she did a really good job of, making the right decisions out of the kind of the pressure that she's had to Steph Dolson mostly. One person, we had 5 players, 4 or more, and I think that's. I've got my glasses on, do I? Yes, we do. And that's a great stat for us.
Thanks, Sandy. I appreciate it.
Sorry, I know we're experiencing some Wi-Fi issues, so if we have you guys repeat, just be patient with this. We'll go to Howard next.
Hey, Sandy, thank you for the time. Just a quick one for me. Seeing Steph and Natasha playing together as well and as often as they did tonight, just you could take me through if that looks like what you were hoping to see from the two of them working together, and what do you think is responsible for them finding that type of connection on the court tonight?
Oh, I think you're talking about Sabrina and Marine, because you can't.
Oh, no, if you can hear me, we were 0 for 2. Natasha and Steph Dolson, the work they did tonight. I'll leave it there.
Look, I think they're veteran players. They've been in this league for such a long time. They're smart. They're defensive anchors. They know how to win. They've been on championship winning teams. So guards to that they can get over or under, and those post players are going to be in the right positions for the most time. So I think, those two really help us to be the kind of the defensive team that we are. We're a very good defensive team now. We want to be great, and we've still got a few areas that we know we can get a little bit better in.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Brian.
Hi, Sandy. Brian Florenson from Nets Daily. Early on, you guys had a couple rough turnovers, like 3 in like the first couple possessions. You guys only finished with about 12 on the evening. How important was it for you guys just to sort of have that discipline? And is the sound coming in?
I missed it, but I realized you said 12. It's turnovers you're talking about.
Yeah. So I guess my question is, if it comes through, how important was it for you guys just to sort of like be able to work through those early difficulties and get the most out of your offense throughout the night?
Yeah, look, 12 turnovers, that's great for us, because last time we played this team, we had 32 and they had 40 points off our turnovers. And that was an Achilles heel in the beginning. And I just said that when we were 1 from 7 in those first 8 games, and now we're one of the teams that have the least amount of turnovers in the month of June. And it's just having ball security, like valuing the possession and making simple passes. It doesn't need to be a touchdown, buying into the real simple process of moving the ball. Okay. And we talk about good to great. And I think we're doing a much better job of that with our movement and just playing with a little bit more poise.
Thanks. And my second question was, you guys pretty much matched them on the boards, and especially being so shorthanded, how important was it just to have an entire team effort on the glass and just sort of like combating a really large team like Connecticut?
Yeah, I mean, that was one of our keys. We said we have to compete. We have to win the rebounding margin. Obviously, well, one board down, but at least that's good enough, because that's what you want. They generate so many extra possessions through their offensive boards, and for the most part, we did a good job.
Thank you, Sandy. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
We'll go to Alexa next in the room.
Hey, Alexa.
I have one from me and then one that Jackie texted me. My question was, what is the next step for this team defensively? You spoke a little bit about the improvement thus far. Jackie's question is, what progression did you see from Dee tonight that might not have been on the stat sheet?
Yeah, look, I think like defensively, we're executing the scouts so much better than what we did in the beginning. We're getting through screens and competing and everyone, because you need everyone to do it. Because if one doesn't do it, I mean, we talk about being a closed fist, and that's 5 players totally engaged and talking. So I think there's more chemistry. I'll go back to that again, because that's what it's about. I mean, basketball is understanding the system and executing a scout, because it changes from time to time. We'll switch more, sometimes we don't, sometimes we do. Being able to make those adjustments too. And I think what we've shown in the time, especially the month of June, that they feel comfortable enough that I can make adjustments in a game and they can adapt to it and execute it. And at other times, like the focus wasn't there. So I think that's a growth of any kind of team that I've coached in the past. And then having trust. I think a lot of it just comes about, you got this level of trust. You can play even harder on that, but playing smart. I think sometimes we're smarter when to be aggressive and when, well, you don't need to be pressuring certain players, obviously 30 feet away from the basket. Or 18.
And then about Dee, her progression.
Okay, Dee, look, I think she hasn't played for a long time, but it was great for us because when they went really, really big, it was good for us to have a bigger player, because all our big threes are out, to come in and do a great job. And she made a really great pass to Tash really late in the game. She got a foul on JJ with her driving. She's a really aggressive driver, and that kind of allows, we want points in the paint. We want penetration to create for opening, but she makes pretty good decisions, and defensively she competes, she rebounds. So that's a step in the right direction. 15 minutes tonight, so that's great. So we'll continue to build her, and we're off to Atlanta next, and they're very athletic, so we need to have some toughness there to make sure we can put in our best effort.
Miles. Thanks, Sandy. I wanted to ask not just about what Marine gives you on offense, but her defense tonight. She drew Duana Bonner, and she was just fighting through screens off the ball all night. What did you see from her in terms of her effort? Because you've talked about
yeah, I have actually. And I think she always says people in France don't think she's a very good defender. Oh, I think she is, because she's athletic. She competes. She can execute a scout. She got to Duana Bonner, who's 6'4". And she's like 5'9", but did a really good job of that. And I think that just comes from trusting everybody. She knows her job's there, but knowing someone's got her back, I think that really does help. And I think that's where we've grown as a team, and on both sides of the ball. We just trust in each other and playing for each other, and getting good success here. But we just got to keep building. We know we're in the right path, but you've seen in this league, I mean, anyone can beat anyone. So that was a good win for us. But now, at the next challenge.
And to follow up on Jackie's question via Alexa, Dee Richards made some really difficult rebounds in traffic. Just knowing that you weren't going to have Hans tonight, you talked before the game about how important Dee would be. What did you see from her, knowing that you needed those minutes tonight?
Toughness. That's what you get from Dee. She's tough. I mean, especially if you know her journey, everyone knows the journey to get back here just to be able to play basketball again. She's tough. She's resilient. Love that girl, because she just brings energy, and it's always, you always get 100%, 110%. And she does whatever the team needs.
Thank
you. So tonight, it seemed like they were more focused on scoring. And it seemed like everybody else kind of was ready to take that shot. That's why I think killed Connecticut. They weren't prepared for what they saw. They shot from other contributors. Was it that you guys saw that coming and had that in the game plan, or was it just a point of you guys just being ready?
Well, yeah, I spoke to Sabrina. Gets a trap most games, so we're kind of getting used to it. And if you're making shots out of it, certainly does help. And Sammy Whitkin's found a stroke now, I think. And Sabrina's like moving the ball. You know, you don't want to fight the pressure and try and get around, especially with they're really athletic. And thought that she let the game come to her. But, you know, and then it's good for us. We have another playmaker like Marine who can come off and can make plays as well. So it's not, you know, we just taking what defense gives us and being ready to shoot, but keep moving the ball because, you know, Tash got some, Steph got some. That was a big three at the end of the game. And, you know, it's great when you got players that can all shoot the three. That certainly helps.
All right. Thank you, Coach. Next up, we'll have Sammy